Welcome back, you botanical boob jobs. Unfortunately, I have bad news. So last episode I made a terrible mistake. So I wanted to do the Cafe and Anju side quests in this 3-day cycle. So the Pendant of Memories overwrote the letter to Cafe that we collected. So now we do not have the letter to Cafe anymore, which means we cannot do the Anju and Cafe side quests in this 3-day cycle, which really sucks. We did so much preparation for it. But don't worry, I'm not going to make you guys rewatch it again during the next 3-day cycle. I'll definitely cut it down so you guys aren't inconvenienced. But that's just kind of the thing about Majora's Mask Randomizer. Like, this is my second one. I'm definitely learning way more about this game by playing through these randomizers. That's just the kind of cool thing about the randomizers, is it just makes you think about so many elements that you literally never would have been able to think about. Because I didn't even think about how it replaces it in the item selection. Anyway, so this is a shortcut to get into the Stone Tower Temple. You just get on that block and then play the Elegy of Emptiness again. It moves the statue to you, and you just get like a nice little ride over with your friend Ben. Yeah, he's creepy. He'll never stop being creepy. But on the bright side, at least we get to do one of the most renowned temples in the whole entire Zelda franchise in this 3-day cycle. So welcome to the Stone Tower Temple. This place is just a freaking work of art, man. I'll tell you what. It literally blows my mind how cool this temple is. Okay, freaking dragonflies. Enemies in this temple can get kind of annoying, but I just love the architecture design in here. It is just so ornate, and the whole entire temple flips upside down and it becomes a completely different temple later on, which just the whole concept of everything is just so well crafted, and I think they did a really good job. And like, it gets a lot of flack because this temple is like really difficult, but personally, that's why I enjoyed this temple so much. The difficulty is what makes it so cool. I don't like easy stuff. I like having a good challenge. But also doing this temple is going to be way easier because normally you get the light arrows as your reward halfway through the temple, but we already have them. It's interesting how the 3 temples leading up to this, Snowhead, Great Bay, and Stone Tower, they all give you some variation of arrows. They definitely have a theme going on here. So we're also going to be collecting all 15 Stray Fairy Shards, and the prize for doing that will be randomized as well, as the Great Fairy Sword is randomized into everything. And this temple is full of tons of bomb shoes. Like, they are all over the place. I'm just going to like take them out with my freaking Fierce Deity. Lots of people were asking me to play the Elegy of Emptiness as Fierce Deity so we can see what his statue looks like, but as you can see, we cannot use the Ocarina with Fierce Deities, so that is not a possibility. But this is kind of an annoying room. You have to play the Elegy of Emptiness on all 4 of these switches in order to open up this gate. It's really dumb, so I'm going to fast forward that for you. Alright, let's go ahead and bomb this wall. I'm going to try to cut out the Elegy of Emptiness whenever I can because, honestly, the biggest downside about the Elegy of Emptiness is just having to watch the little cutscene. That would be a great like quality of life improvement, is if they could cut out that little cutscene where the statue appears, because it just takes up a lot of time. Because like first you have to rewatch the song getting played, which I always thought was kind of strange that they did that in these games, and then you have to watch the statue appear, and it's just like a big time sink. Okay, oh dang it. And I have to watch this. Like, that's so dumb too. Like, we dealt with that with the blocks leading up here. Because this room is like one of those rooms that really sucks if it's your first time playing through this game, because you have to come through it a lot, and you're going to have to make these statues often if you're just exploring this temple. Fortunately, since I know the temple pretty well, I'm not going to have to play it multiple times. I don't think you have to go through that a second time. But in your first time playing through, it can be a bitch and a half. Okay, the Stone Tower Temple is kind of weird because there's a lot of mystery surrounding it. We don't fully know why it was built or who built it. There's lots of theories, but I don't think anything is ever like fully proven. One of the biggest theories was that the Garo built it. There's like guys that have like the bed sheets over their head that dual wield the swords. But then also Pamela's dad, he can actually talk to you about the Garo, and he will tell you that the Garo came from a faraway land like 400 years ago. And I think this temple is older than that. And there's just like there's so much history. But yeah, apparently the Garo came from a faraway land to destroy the Stone Tower Temple, and then they died in the process trying to get up it because it was so difficult to climb. So then there's also the theory that the 4 giants built it, because they're like the only creatures that are large enough to possibly even build a structure of this magnitude without having like modern day construction equipment. And if that's the case, what did they build it for? Like maybe it was just supposed to be like a sanctuary for some god that they were praising, or maybe it was just supposed to be like a home. Like who knows? Very strange location. I love how freaking Garo and Link can just like punch through these Armos. Not a care in the world. No, get away! Nice. Ooh, that's a good chest. Cool, cool. There's not very many good items left for us to find. I hope we find the Giant's Mask while going through this temple though, because the Giant's Mask is needed to beat the final boss. Actually, no, it's not needed. You can beat it without it. If you have enough arrows, I believe. Because I believe in speedruns, you don't use the Giant's Mask to beat Twin Molds. We finally got the Mirror Shield. Hey, it's not going to do anything for us, but scare us whenever we look at Link's back. Because we already have the light arrows. Actually, you know it might have some uses, but yeah, look how terrifying that is. I guess you can't even see, it's so dark. Here, Tattle, use your light to light up the shield. Fly behind me. Dang it. You're useless, Tattle. Okay, this is like a really tricky room. There's a lot of like little things hidden in this room. And you have to, ooh, I know what I did wrong. You have to go back up and blow the ground up to make some light come down into here. I don't know why, but I really love how they use lots of spiral staircases in these temples. I say this pretty often, but like one of my dreams in life is to have a spiral staircase in my home. Don't ask me why. I just think they're super neat, and I think it would just be something like really cool to show off. I fall down. This is a quicker way to get down in here. Dang, that spiral staircase has to be long though. Like it goes up there pretty far. Thank God they cut that out and don't make us run up there. It'd be like running up Ganon's tower and Ocarina of Time every single time. I don't know if we even need this for anything in here. Like we needed it to get rid of that sunblock, but we had the light arrows, so that's actually kind of a waste of time. But I'm pretty sure there's also something up here. The light particles coming down look so pretty. I love it's really interesting how they made so many good particle effects so early on into 3D gaming. If you think about Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like all the fire, electricity effects, like just the water, the sky, the day and night system, the fact that they were able to shove all of these game design elements into a game so early just completely blows my mind. One of the reasons there's like a little bit longer of a gap between last episode and this episode was because I did something that is very, very dangerous. Super dangerous. I started a brand new file in Breath of the Wild, and as you guys know, that game is just so addicting because you'll just be playing the game and you're like, all right, I'm only gonna play for an hour. And then you play for an hour, you're like, okay, just one more shrine. And then you go and do another shrine, and then you have 3 spirit orbs, and you're like, okay, one more, just so I can have enough to get an upgrade. And then you get that 4th spirit orb, and then you're like, let's go ahead and turn these into a goddess statue so we can get that upgrade. So you teleport to Kakariko Village, you upgrade your stamina, and then you're like, you know, we need to talk to Impa real fast anyways. It's like one of the side quests, and you like watch a 5-minute cutscene, and then you just keep on like playing a little bit longer, and it's so weird. The process of playing Breath of the Wild, it really just like hooks you in. They definitely built that game to psychologically make you want to play it even more, and it definitely works. They did a very fantastic job at doing that. So I was hooked. And the reason I'm playing it again is because I honestly didn't do the game a good enough service. I've put about 90 hours since the Breath of the Wild, but I've also never beat Ganondorf. We finally have bomb shoes in our inventory. We can finally mark off the bomb shoes. Hell yeah. It's like been in the inventory space for a while, but we never actually had a bomb shoe in our inventory, so I never wanted to fully mark it, but we were finally able to make the mark. But video games are interesting because as the market becomes like more and more saturated, game developers are having to think more into the like psychology of hooking in their gamers, making their gamers like hooked onto playing their game. And that's what they kind of did with Breath of the Wild, is they gave you like lots of bite-sized things to do so you can play it for like little short periods of time. And there's always just tons of like small, like fun little things you can do that will always just make you want to just keep on playing for 5 more minutes. Mario Odyssey is kind of the same way with how you're collecting moons, so there's always just like one more moon you can kind of collect. Get rid of these bombs, they're in our way. Trying to like dolphin jump onto some of these platforms can be very difficult sometimes. You have to time it out perfectly, or else you won't get enough height. Come on. Oh, what? Thank you. Getting up here is definitely not an easy task. Alright, Beamos, don't blink or else you're going to be dead the second you open up your eye. Or, no, maybe Okay, he's actually showing me up right now. Jeez. Lag. The BMOS' explosion ended up hitting the switch for us. No, we probably could have just thrown a bomb over that gate. We probably didn't even need to come over here in the first place. Well, actually, maybe not. Can you throw a bomb over this? You can. We didn't even have to come back here in the first place. Don't know why I didn't even think about that. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's come back here and get this chest. So we need to meet up with Anju around midnight. I'm still going to do that in this 3-day cycle just so we can get the item from her. Because if we do that, I don't think we need to meet up with her a second time in the next playthrough. Although I'm going to do it just in case. Anju and Cafe, that whole side quest is definitely the most confusing thing about this randomizer. I almost wish you could like turn off certain side quests to make your experience a little bit more streamlined. Like I wouldn't do it for my Let's Play because I like to do everything in the Let's Plays. But I think just for casual playthroughs, it'd be a lot nicer, so you don't have to like think about all the intricacies of it. I guess we can go ahead and talk about last episode's comment question of the day because that goes along with that idea pretty well. So I asked you guys, what would you have be improved about this randomizer if you could give any suggestions? And one of the things that I thought of is like what I just said, being able to turn off certain side quests if it's just something that you don't necessarily want to do on a playthrough, just so you can cater your experience to what type of player you are a bit more and you can like build up the things. Oh, here we go, another good chest. Being guarded by an evil bomb shoe who's clipping through the chests. Bomb bag? Is it the bomb bag upgrade? No, I think we already have the biggest bomb bag. So that's actually a perfect thing for us to mention, is progressive items. This randomizer has yet to add progressive items, which means that you can collect the bomb bag upgrades out of order. Like Ocarina of Time has that fixed. Whenever you, like, there's 3 bomb bags in that game, but whatever one you find first, it gives you the smallest upgrade, and then you'll get like the better ones later. Okay, I think there's some stuff underwater we want to do in here. Somebody said that they wanted to have the keys stay in your inventory, and then also have the locked doors inside temples remain unlocked, so you don't have to like recollect keys, which I honestly think that'd be a pretty good idea, because having to recollect keys, while interesting and strategic, is also one of those things that can become a pain in the ass as well, especially if you just want a quicker playthrough. Having to go and recollect stuff can be a pain. This is something we talked about, but I'm going to bring it up again, is the option to add the transformation masks onto your D-pad, like how in Ocarina of Time, how you had the iron boots and hover boots on your D-pad. And this is the fire, ice, and light arrows are also a lot more important in this game. I think it'd be good if you like had your ice arrows out, if you could like press the R button and cycle through your different types of arrows. Dang it, because I pulled out the wrong ones, and that would have come in handy perfectly right there. Because that's how the core mechanics for the different arrow types works in Wind Waker, so it'd be cool to see them like re-implemented into some of the older Zelda games. What does this do? I forget. Oh, it's just making all the chests upside down. Yeah, your very first time playing through this game, seeing all the upside down chests, you're just like, what the heck is going on here? I cannot even follow what's happening in these rooms. Yeah, this room is going to be way easier with the light arrows. This room is normally a pain in your butt if you don't have them, but we're just going to be able to get through so easily. The reason it's a pain, though, is because these little black poes, they respawn. So while you're like trying to reflect light with your shield and everything, I almost want to show how to normally do this, just so I can show how much of a pain it can be if you don't have the light arrows. Oh my gosh! Sir? He's like, you want to come into my chest? You're gonna have to go through me first. There we go. I'm gonna show this is normally done with the mirror shield, just for people who might not know. I love how all the statues are sticking out their tongue. This temple is officially inspired by Miley Cyrus, or Megan Thee Stallion, depending on what like 5-year gap you're wanting to talk about. Freaking Megan Thee Stallion. I've noticed like on Twitter, people like celebrities and companies have been able to get like their own emojis added to Twitter through hashtags. This is why I don't want to do with my mirror shield, is because it's really hard to aim, especially when these like guys are coming to attack you. So what you have to do is you have to like charge. You can charge these up with light, and you just hold it for a second, and then it'll like save it, and you have to like give the light to the next thing, and then you have to give it to the next thing, and it's honestly very difficult. And my control stick just sucks. So thank God we have the light arrows already, so I can just shoot all of these suns smack dab in the face. So another idea, which is kind of a common idea, is for them to add more character models, because they already have Cafe. And some good other character models that were presented would be like Skull Kid, Romani, Tingle. Running around as Tingle would be phenomenal. And also a bomber. Running around as a bomber would work pretty well as well. Although, he might be a little bit short. But a bomber mask would be kind of cool. We already have the bomb mask, but a bomber mask to turn you into a little bomber. That'd be kind of adorable. So let's keep on moving because we actually are in a little bit of a time crunch. Oh, not you again. There's 2 of them. All right, let's get out of here. Now, somebody else said that they should add a enemy randomizer into the mix. And I think I mentioned this earlier in the Let's Play, but they actually have an enemy randomizer on this randomizer. It's like the only Zelda randomizer that does. Although I think Link to the Past might have it. But yeah, on my second channel, Toucans, I'll put a link in the description, but I did a first playthrough. My very first playthrough, I did it live. And I edited those live streams down into videos that you can watch on my second channel. But I had the enemy randomizer turned on there, and there was some pretty funny moments. Not gonna lie. What? I was moving so fast. You kidding me? Come on, come on. Yes, got it. You have to do that in order to get that chest. Whew. That was muy difícil. So I have a couple more updates that they could add. One is to make it so you can have a lower score for the shooting galleries. I think I've also talked about that, but having the high scores be like super perfect is asking a lot for some beginner players. Like that is not an easy task, and I can barely do it. So like having like beginners do that is just like a bit much in a way. And then I thought of another idea, which would be owl sanity, which whenever you get the Song of Soaring, whatever owl statue you teleport to gets randomized. So if, say, the Southern Swamp Owl could actually teleport you to Stone Tower, or Stone Tower one could teleport you to Romani Ranch. That type of stuff. So, like, the locations are randomized for each one. I think that'd be a really interesting way to add, like, another layer of strategy and just randomness to it. Thank you. We have 6 stray fairies. We are slowly getting there. Click some of these rupees and then burn ourselves in the lava to move faster. So satanic. Okay, maybe not satanic. I think that's all the main updates that we thought of. Nothing like too crazy. This randomizer is already pretty good as is. Most of these randomizers are getting pretty perfect or near perfect. They have a lot of options and they're just so much fun. I'm so thankful as a Zelda fan that we have these. And as a Let's Player especially. Dang it. You have to make a tighter turn. Oh my god, we barely made that. Holy jizz. Okay, I guess we're flying backwards now. I guess that's just how things are working. Is this another stray fairy? Dang, 2 in the same room. They are just spoiling us right now. Is this the mini boss? Tis. I think we've already fought him before, and this is just gonna be a piece of cake because we have the Fierce Deity mask. Which is, I still love it. I love the markings on his face, like the face paint. Face paint's just so cool if done right. Ooh. So this is the Garo. So this is kind of weird because apparently the Garo were trying to take over the temple and a lot of them died trying to get in. But then this Garo lives inside here. So is he like the one who made it in and he just decided to make it his home? Or he like claimed it for himself? There's a lot of questions. I love their masks though. Like we get the Garo's mask. I don't think it looks as cool as his, though. Let's put it on after this. Wait, does he still fight us if we wear the Garo's mask, or is he like, you're a friend? I think the Garo's mask in the 3DS version looks more like this Garo's mask. Because you can even see it on the tracker. I think he used the 3DS version of it. So that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, I should actually, like, fight him how you're supposed to. I'm just, like, spamming my sword button because I have the Fierce Deity mask and I can. But I'd be able to beat him even faster if I did it right. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. If you shoot that which releases the sacred golden light into the blood-stained red emblem outside the temple, it shall rearrange things, in which the earth is born in the heavens and the moon is born on the earth. Do not forget these words. Die I shall, leaving no corpse. You know, I'm pretty sure earlier in this Let's Play we talked about how we would what we'd want to be done with our body once we died. I would want to also go in the way of the Garo and just leave no corpse and just, second as I'm about to die, just like light a bomb next to my body and just have the bomb take care of it. Okay. Yes, Bremen Mask. We can now do the most fun side quest in the whole entire game. we can start our own little chicken nugget stand. I can't wait. Here we go. I can't believe this is a mask in the game. Like, this is just so perfect. All right, let's march onward to victory, troops. Okay, I'm pretty sure this room actually screwed me over in my very first playthrough of this. Like, literally messing up in this room made me have to go through and collect all the stray fairies in Stone Tower Temple a second time, and I was so pissed. I was so mad. I forgot what I did wrong, though. I should definitely make sure not to make the same mistake again. So I'm pretty sure there's a chest we're able to get in here right now, and I forgot how to get it. I think we just need to kill this enemy up on this little ledge. Oh yeah, these are the freaking bugs from the swamp, but they have armor now. They're evolving. No, not today. What? Oh yeah, you can't use your sword when you're wearing the Bremen mask. It's dumb. Get out of my swamp. Okay, what do I have to do? I'm not gonna mess this up again. I don't feel like having to come back through this room a second time. Oh, I think I know. I need to go and blow up a bomb near this crystal switch and activate it. I think it's like one of those rooms where you can like use a bomb to blow up the switch and do it like quickly, or you can do it the long way if you don't notice it, and like when you're coming through this room when it's upside down, you can hit it this when you're upside down. Then you have to come and like flip the temple over again in order to get the chest. There it is. The bitch that evaded me last time. So I also have some good news. So I was doing some research, and apparently the Twilight Princess randomizer is getting near to completion. Like, they have a lot of it done. They're just working on like finalizing lots of the logic so you can't have any soft locks and stuff. But apparently it's working, and it's actually going to be for the HD version as well on the Wii U, which I honestly don't even know how that works. I'm not a very techie person, so I don't even know how that's going to work out. But regardless, playing a randomizer of Twilight Princess HD is so cool. I'm just glad that modding is able to like work on games as new as that. I get pretty easily excited. All right, I'm trying to wonder if we even have enough time. I might as well just save like meeting up with Anju until the next 3-day cycle and just do it all in the same like time span. Doing the Anju and Cafe side quest at the same time as doing Stone Tower Temple isn't a good idea anyways. I don't even know what I was thinking. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. I was trying to be a show off, and it just didn't work out the way it's planned. I don't need magic here, do I? I hope not. I'm not even sure what this guy's supposed to be. Tad will tell me. It's an Igor. Simply attacking it is no good. I say you should pay attention to the subtle changes in its eye. Like when his eye gets yellow. It looks like he's like very malnourished. No, don't back up. Why are you running away? Dang, he's heavy. Look at those like footprints he's making. And this would be way faster if we had magic, right? No, I should start like coming into these temples a bit more prepared. You know, bring some green potions or something. And I would if they didn't freaking take everything away from me each 3-day cycle. I almost wish there was a version of Majora's Mask where you didn't reset time, so you could just keep on going and not have all your stuff reset over and over again. Although I love the concept, it is a little bit, it does come with its downsides, for sure. We have 9 stray fairies. Wow, we're that close. I think the right side up version of the temple is a bit longer than the upside down version, especially if you have light arrows. So I think doing the upside down stuff is going to go by much more quickly. Dang it! Freaking, I knew that was going to happen. These dragonflies do not play around. Wow, it's almost morning of the first day. I feel so bad. Angie's been waiting in her little kitchen all night, waiting for me to come and talk to her because she thinks I'm here to help. And then I just left her in the dust. Damn, I'm an awful person, aren't I? I can't believe I would do such a thing. I feel really bad for making her wait. Let's go real fast. Let's see if we can get inside. Like whenever you tell somebody you're not going to do something and then you just don't show up and you don't even like call or something. Like, has that ever happened to you guys before? I literally feel like that's like one of the rudest things a human can do is just like not show up to plans and then not even like text or call or anything and just leave that person like stranded practically in the plan. Like if you're not going to be able to do something, the least you can do is like call them and tell them. But like I've been in situations where I feel like I've probably been ditched like that before as well. I don't know, I can't think of a specific thing, so I guess it might not have been that traumatizing for me. you still here, Anju? Tell me you haven't gone to bed. She's still here waiting. Damn. She is passionate. I'm sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him, Cafe. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it? Getting a letter from a missing person? But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please. Here's my letter. Please put this in the post box. So yeah, this is why we screwed up the Anju and Cafe side quest, is because I was supposed to mail this letter before getting the pin to the memories. So that's what I did wrong. But at least we know for the future, right? Hopefully I'll never make that mistake again, now that I know. Now that I'm like understanding the progression of the side quest a little bit better. And one last thing I want to do this episode before we call it is let's go over to the swordsman. So it's super strange not having the sword at the beginning, because it's normally one of the very first things I do whenever I play Majora's Mask is do this swordsman school. But we didn't have the sword for so long, so I just couldn't. I can't believe it's open 24/7 and he's the only person who works here. How does he sleep? Or maybe he's asleep right now. I mean, we can't see his eyes. They could be asleep behind those bangs. So the way this works is you have to do a jump attack on every single log. If you miss one or cut one of the logs with a different type of attack, you won't get the full 30 points you need to get the prize. It's pretty fun. The best thing to do is just to like L target it and then wait like 1 second, because if you L target something, it takes them like a second to like fully align with it. If you L target and then press A immediately, then he'll potentially jump attack at the wrong angle and miss it, and you'll have to like restart the whole entire thing. Just slicing some dicks. It's my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite pastime. Impressive. I give you something. I must give you something. Here. There it is, the bunny hood. Oh my god, if we had the freaking sword from the very beginning of this Let's Play, the bunny hood would have been one of the very first things that I would have found. But no, we had to wait until like the very, very end to get the bunny hood, one of our very last masks. But it's great to have this. We can run at twice the speed, maybe even faster. It's good to have this now. Oh no, the freaking screen getting smaller is making our screen black again. Great. But literally the only things we haven't found now were the Don Garo's mask, the New Wave Bossa Nova, the Giant's mask, the Bomber's notebook, Great Fairy sword, some title deeds, Goron keg, and that's about it. There's only like 6 or 7 like major items left to find. That's crazy. Anyways, since I'm right next to an apple statue, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here because it's already been a pretty long recording session. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.